Welcome to The Green Band, the podcast that explores movie trailers, entertainment, and apparently the future of content creation on the internet. That's right, I'm Michael Carr, and I'm at VidCon in Anaheim.
Hey, and I'm Brian Fink at my house live in Studio City. This week, we're checking out trailers for The Lost Bus, finally a story for everyone who's ever missed the ride and thought, hey, this could totally be a feature film. And The Naked Gun is back, baby, providing once again that slapstick comedy never dies. It just gets recast.
Then there's Eddington, a period drama that stars at least one actor who's definitely going to win something, even if it's just our respect. And finally, Superman in IMAX, because what's better than watching a superhero save the world? Watching on a screen so big you can see his pores.
So get ready and strap it on for a good time, because this is The Green Band, with lots of pores.
Oh, no.
Welcome to The Green Band. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Carr and Brian Fink.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready on time to hit the intro button. Sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. You're good.
It's
You're
okay.
good. We're here now.
We're here now. We're on the remote solution this week because I am in Anaheim at a very fancy, it's not that fancy, hotel room, recording with you, Brian.
Basically, Mikey's on a stakeout, and I'm sitting here at home in the safety of my house.
Actually, it could be a stakeout because my hotel room like overlooks a parking lot, and I could actually. Oh my God. I think that guy's getting mugged. Holy shit. Hold on, I have to go. No, I'm kidding. Everything's fine.
Oh, nothing. He's just going to the movies. Never mind.
He's just going, oh, that's what it is. He's also getting mugged. His ticket price. But
he's getting robbed. Yeah.
He's getting robbed.
Especially down there. Especially in those
I
movie
will say,
prices.
when I went to see Mission Impossible in IMAX, it cost like $100 in tickets.
It's ridiculous.
Because it was me, and then I paid for, like, my dad was in town, and my daughter, and then my girlfriend, and it was like $100. I was like, holy shit!
That's
even
just to walk in.
Oh, clutching my pearls. Oh wait, no, it wasn't Mission Impossible. What did we see? No, it was How to Train Your Dragon. Sorry, we saw How to Train Your Dragon, which was fantastic, which was really good. But I was like, I was like, holy shit. Really great. But yeah, Brian, I actually came to VidCon in Anaheim to. Honestly, for two reasons. A, like, you know, we do a podcast. We're on YouTube. I kind of wanted to see, you know, what the kids are doing with it these days and where it's going and all that. That's how I talk to people, too, around the convention. I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm Mike. What you kids up to?
Security, we got a problem on floor 2.
Security.
We got the old guy going around talking to these kids. Hey, can I get a picture of you? Whoa.
Yeah. Well, dude, it has been a weird mix of like Comic-Con style people with their weird. Like I saw a king walking around.
King?
Like a king. A king.
King.
No, a king. A person dressed as a full king. Like red robe, you know, crown, scepter. I don't know what's that from.
I loved you in Burger King. Let me get your autograph.
Yeah,
exactly.
It kind of looked like the Burger King. I saw another dude. It's YouTube's 20th anniversary, right? And so YouTube's being a big blowout here. And what I'm going to do too is I'm going to shoot some video today. I meant to do it yesterday, but I got lazy, and I'll just do it today. I'm going to shoot some video, and then I think we might put together a segment of me at VidCon. So I'm going to work on that. But there was a guy walking around with a YouTube logo carved into his hair. Like it's, you know, people like in the 90s would get like the lightning bolts.
No.
He carved the YouTube logo in. I don't know where you go to get a YouTube logo. And it was painted red. Like he even had it, or not painted, but, you know, like dyed red. It looked pretty good. I was like, yeah, not painted. I guess you could paint your hair.
I guess it depends if you get the year subscription or just the monthly. I mean, it's like he's advertising.
How committed are you?
So we want to see. How would you feel about getting tattooed? Yeah.
But my other real, exactly. He's going to get it tattooed afterwards. My other real purpose for being here was just kind of see where. Because, you know, we talk about Hollywood, and we're both from traditional media, and that's what it's called out here, by the way. I've heard traditional media. Yeah, okay. Which I thought it's a nice term. They could call it like those old fucking codgers or something. So, it's nice that they. But what is like Hollywood's role at a convention like VidCon? Like what's their presence? And spoiler alert, crickets.
Wow.
There's only one studio that I saw here, which is Blumhouse, which makes sense. Blumhouse leans younger, right, in their stuff.
But they have their finger on the pulse, literally.
They got their finger. They're like this.
Yeah.
But I will say their little shtick is pretty fun. They have a whisper. So they're outside where there's a bunch of they have a whisper room, which if anybody doesn't know what a whisper room, it's like a little, like a vocal booth. You can go in and get like some sound isolation. They have a
also
whisper
used
room
to be
that people.
Called the library.
Yes. That's right. Shh. And you can go. They have people go in there, scream as loud as they can, to see how who can scream the loudest. That's their thing.
It's like
that's their thing. That's their whole thing. I don't think people have to pay money, but I think there's prizes if you can scream better, or maybe they cast you on the spot for the next Blumhouse thing. I don't know. They're like, hey, you're a good screamer. I don't know.
They're
it's
recording
pretty weird.
Everybody screaming. They're using it as like a Foley thing. They're going to put this in their
That's
movies.
what they should be doing. Honestly, if they had a camera in there recording everything and they put it into a social media thing, that would be genius. But I didn't see
with
the
a great campaign. We just came up with a campaign for them. That's a great viral campaign. Yeah.
But it's funny to me because it's fairly low tech. I'm like an audio guy. I look for a real decibel meter or something in there. It's a fucking iPad. It's just an iPad with free software to measure decibel levels.
This is the bar. This is where we're set right now in Hollywood today. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, you're the next Spielberg. You can do it.
Yeah. But what's funny to me is just I'll be honest. Okay, so here's my big takeaway. Yeah. Now maybe I'm being reactionary, but walking around the convention yesterday, seeing the reaction of the young people to these creators, right? I went to the little YouTube. First off, I'm fucking old. That's the first thing I have to say. You will not ever feel so old until you go to a place that's just kids. It's all the young people and they're. But I went to this.
They're getting dropped off by their parents. I understand.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, their parents. A lot of them, their parents are with them because they're so young, and they're creators. And then I'm walking around the show floor, and there's this guy just in the middle of the show floor. He's like, "What's up? It's Tommy T, and we're here at VidCon." And I'm like, God, he's so obnoxious. How the fuck does anybody like him? But hey. That's what the kids are into. He's doing, and I'm trying to get out of the shot. I'm like, oh God, I don't want to be in Tommy T's thing or whatever the fuck he was. I forget his name. I don't know.
I better see a video of you today going, "Hey, that's this is Mikey C. What are we doing?" I better see that today.
I think I'm gonna go with my little. I even have a stupid little iPhone steady thing, the kids, because I realized, there's a reason you use these. No, I used to make fun of people, and then I bought one off Amazon because I'm I realize if you're trying to shoot yourself, it's really hard to hold the phone. So people, it's easier to hold it like this. But yeah, I have my little iPhone gimbal. I'm a creator. It's anyway.
That's it. Congratulations.
But my point. Sorry, I went off track. So last night I went to the YouTube party, or not YouTube. I'm sorry. It was the VidCon opening party.
Right.
And I swear to God, everybody that came on stage, for the most part, I had no fucking clue who they are, and they're all 12. Right. And they're all they come out. So-and-so's going to sing a song for you. I've never heard these songs. One of them was a Pokemon song, and the fucking crowd went absolutely nuts. Just singing. He's singing about Pokemon. Some kid. I don't know. Huh. And I will say Rhett and Link were there. I know who Rhett and Link are. Yeah. Hank Green was there. So there's some OG YouTubers that... Right. Yeah, but I had to look him up. I didn't know either until I looked him up. And it turns out he created VidCon with his brother and has been on YouTube for since the beginning.
Wow.
Since, so so I'm familiar with the older guys like Rhett and Link and stuff, but for the most part, no fucking clue. I'm just I don't know who these people are. It's crazy. And And then, like I said, walking around, there is no Hollywood here. Wow. And my takeaway is there fucking should be. There really should be.
Well, did we just talk about this like a year ago? Like YouTube's #1 platform, all trailers are watched now. 90% of the trailers are on YouTube. How can they not be? You can see clips on it.
Here was my takeaway. Do you remember how Hollywood, traditional media, how they treated Netflix, right?
Yeah.
They were happy in the beginning to license their shit to Netflix and let Netflix pay them, but they never took them seriously. They're like, we'll make some money off of this, and then when it dies, we'll whatever. Like, they're the mob now, apparently. I feel like they're treating this YouTube and all these other platforms, right? There's new ones. There's like Lemonade and Pop Store, like whatever. Actually, Pop Store's not a video platform, but whatever. Anyway, there's new ones too. TikTok,
right.
You know. They're treating them the same way. They're like happy to drop their trailers on them. They're happy to remember how we talked about the fake trailers, how they get kickbacks even on the fake trailers. They're happy to make that money, right?
Right.
But they're not taking it seriously as like the future of content consumption. And what's that mean? The same thing that's going to happen with Netflix. Netflix is the leader now in streaming and pretty much perceivably always will be unless they royally fuck up because they just have so much runway that Hollywood helped them build. It's almost the same thing over again, you know?
And what's weird is, this is for another time, but you're right. Studios laughed at Netflix. It was just, they were just using them as a medium to get their shit out, rental, and then whatever else. But the thing is, they tried to sell so many times, and people balked at Netflix. Like, no, I'm not investing in this. And then you heard the story, and then years later, the studio's like, hey, we'll buy it from you at this price. And then Netflix laughed at them and said, no, we're not doing it. It's like, it is cheap. But YouTube, I feel like, is going down this. The minute YouTube, here's two things. I look at it differently. The minute YouTube started in their own TV, which was years ago, I'm thinking, okay, this was definitely for the cord cutters out there. But like, I noticed last year that they had the NFL ticket. That was such a big deal. Like, you man. Directly. No, you get it through them. I've heard that before.
I forget which. I was listening to another podcast that was saying that, like, now if you want to watch all the NFL games, you actually go to YouTube TV. And I was like,
that's what it is. It's crazy.
What?
It's crazy.
Like, it used to be DirecTV, right? You would DirecTV and you get the NFL ticket, and now it's like YouTube TV. And don't get me started on how. I know it's like it's just
crazy.
Traditional Hollywood to be like the ostrich with its head in the sand. You know what I mean? But so that's one of my takeaways. My other takeaway is just this totally is the future. What? Or shocked by what?
That they're not.
That I had a takeaway.
One production company. One takeaway.
I'm shocked you could put a thought together.
But like, I'm still in. I can't believe no one else even had a presence there. Even some of these other.
It's crazy.
Wow.
But my other takeaway is this absolutely 100% is the future, meaning this is where the kids are, right? This is where Gen Z, Gen Alpha, this is where they are. They are online, on TikTok, on YouTube. And, some of the content being created is good quality content because it's, some of it's just someone talking into their iPhone, and that's fine. But other of it is produced stuff, right? And why can people do that? Because we've got these tools now that Hollywood is not taking advantage of or cannot take advantage of because of unions, right? You've got like AI, you've got people that can just kind of roll up their sleeves and do everything themselves. They can shoot on, a black magic camera that looks like amazing and get a great look out of it. So who's to say that that's not how films are going to be created? Well, they already are, but who's to say that that's where things are going to go, which means maybe you don't. I don't know. Like, it was all dawning on me yesterday after seeing.
No, there's a new standard.
Maybe we don't have theaters in 10 years. Yeah. Honestly, we don't have $400 million blockbuster movies anymore because you can do a lot of that. We'll talk about that in a minute. But you can do everything with AI, like the visual effects and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to change, man. It is good. I've never been more of a believer about how things are going to change than ever before. It's really sad in a way because I'm from traditional media, but at the same time, it's very exciting because it's like it is a democratization of content, right? There is no entry. The entry point is available to everybody, and
Sure.
It never used to be like that, right? Like in the 70s, to make a movie, you had to have $1 million. You had to shoot on film. You had to have it you had to have a team. Like there was no way to get her off the ground without really assembling, like getting backing, right? You can just have an idea and go out and shoot it nowadays. And you could argue that it's almost been like that for the past 20 years since like DV took hold, but never before has it been the entry level been so low. For someone to be creative and get people to see their creative stuff. And that's actually kind of exciting. So I don't know.
But I think that's what social media in general has done to the entertainment business, to everything. Because think about it. Not only is it giving it's like a bridge to like the impossible. That, if I was looking as a kid, like I wanted to,
bridge to the impossible. I like that.
One man, one woman,
one man,
no plot. I was just going to say, but what I was going to say was, even with celebrities now and directors, you can contact them. You have access to them online when you couldn't even do it before.
You can X them.
It's crazy. So it's like, why not make your own videos? Why not make your own content and put it out there?
By the way, I have it from the horse's mouth. Well, not really the horse's mouth, but I saw it myself that the kids still say Twitter and tweet.
They do?
They still say Twitter and tweet. The kids
I don't even know what Twitter is. It's X now, right?
It's X. But what do you send someone an X? Back in my day, sending someone an X was a bad thing. Hey, you could get in trouble for that kind of thing if she wasn't into it. Sorry.
You wait until the parents left and turn on that Skinamax. It's like, but I don't know. I actually don't have an X account, which is really bizarre.
I don't either because I deleted it when it turned into X because I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, everybody talks about it. I could go to a convention like that right now, and my kids would recognize them over celebrities that we would be like, hey, I remember I worked on your movie like 5 years. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
And what's really crazy is because kids are on their devices. You don't know, like back in my day, like I would be sitting there watching cartoons or something. So my parents would walk in the room to see me watching the cartoon. They could see the screen, and they're like, "Oh, Mike's into Batman or whatever," right? Okay, but nowadays, because everything is more private, right? We've got little screens and watching my stuff. Don't look, At least that's out of my house. I have apparently. What's it, Gollum from the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
that's my.
Who's your?
I don't know.
Your elf. So you got someone in there. My precious.
You too, my precious. What is happening? I don't know. I'm just saying
still?
that you don't know as well what your kids are into, so they're like, oh yeah, I watched this thing on you, and most of the time they don't fucking tell you because it's like, well, how was school? Good. What happened?
That's a whole conversation.
Things.
Yeah, that's a full talk.
Impossible.
I mean, one word is.
Well, anyway,
that's
let's.
Interesting. So you gotta get some good footage.
I'm gonna get some good footage today. I'm excited to. It's totally acceptable to be like an obnoxious footage grabber guy here. So I'm going to do it.
Just go around and ask people, hey, have you guys seen Warner Brothers here? Hey, have you seen Disney here?
That's a good idea.
Just start asking and see what people say. Like,
that's actually really.
They're not welcome here.
That's actually a great fucking idea. Like, so now I'm doing Man on the Street. I'm committed to doing Man on the Street type stuff. This is
Give me a
perfect
call.
for my.
I'll be live.
No, you would totally do it. Oh my God! Drive out here. We'll get you in. Like we could get you a little mic. Like, hi, Brian Fink from the Green Band. So, what do you think of Warner Brothers booth? Warner Brothers is here? No, they're not. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Weren't you the guy from the sports car convention here a year ago? No, not at all.
No, I saw you. You grabbed all the cards and ran for the exit.
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to be here.
That's so funny. No, seriously, you should go around and do it and see what happens. But anyway,
I might do that. Yeah, I will. Might do that. There are some good-looking ladies here, so maybe it gives me an excuse. Creepy. Okay, moving on.
Security.
Get this guy out. Okay, let's start talking trailers here. We got up first, The Last Bus, which I love the title because it's kind of silly.
Right. The last
but the trailer's not silly. The trailer is very much not silly. Let's check this out. This is from Apple. Let's check it out.
It's another dry and windy day in paradise.
Face to all drivers. There's a situation developing at Ponderosa Elementary. There are 23 kids who are stranded. Is there anybody in the area that can pick them up? Is there anybody that can go and pick these kids up?
Cool.
That's very cool. That's a teaser, right?
That's a teaser. Yeah, I think I said trailer, but it's more of a teaser. My bad.
That's great.
I think Apple's doing
that. Yeah.
Excuse me. What were you going to say?
I said a piece that Matthew McConaughey doesn't say a word.
I know.
Right?
I thought when they said, "Can you go pick these kids up?" He was going to go, "All right, all right, all right."
Yeah. Freshman. It's like, yeah, no, it was, but that's really crazy, especially with everything that's come out and with the wildfires. Still, people trying to recover right now, and the Eaton and the Palisades fires.
I know.
It's kind of hard to see. That's where it went.
Yeah, that one said, let me read the synopsis for this. Explores what went wrong in California's Camp Fire, the nation's deadliest wildfire in a century, and how to prevent future tragedies, also including stories of a bus driver and school teacher who helped through a wildfire. This was terrible. Who wrote the synopsis? It is not good. Admittedly, I don't really read them in advance. I copy them from IMDb, but holy shit, that's written terribly. But this is directed by. Yeah, it is a true story. I mean, or it's a fabrication inspired by, yeah. But it's directed by Paul Greengrass, who of course famously directed the Bourne Identity franchise and recently News of the World. And of course you've got Matthew McConaughey in there, America Ferrera. So this looks really interesting. I will say one thing. I love Apple's doing really, really amazing content these days, right? They're doing really incredible shows, really cool movies. But every time I see it and their logo comes up, like an Apple original film, I can't help it. It's just the font. I think I'm about to see the next iPhone. Like every time.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
It's just
they're hoping you do get the new iPhone. Watch it on your iPhone.
Yeah. Like you would think, I get that they have a look, but you would think for like films that they would have a different logo or something, like something more cinematic, not so clean and modern like their whatever their font is. I forget.
That's their brand.
That's their brand, but I know, but
it's funny.
It doesn't apply to cinema. I don't know. It's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It just takes me. It takes me out a little bit. It takes me out. I'm like, oh wait, are we gonna see the next iPhone? Oh wait, no, that's right. I'm watching a trailer. Like.
I just got new AirPods. I don't need anything. Oh, it's a movie.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Stop trying to sell me. Oh, okay. I'll watch this.
Okay, I'll go see movies. But they're making good content. They just had like a whole article come out saying how they think the future is investing in all these movies and making blockbuster. I mean, it's easy for Apple.
That's interesting.
To say that. It's easy for them to say that because they have a gazillion dollars.
More money than God.
But it's like, if you see Disney do that, they can only raise the magic key passes so much at the park to try to make up money for Disney Plus. But, I
will be there on Saturday. I will be at Disney on Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're right next door to it right now.
I have to go. It's right across the street. I found out, I don't think I'm going to go there, but I found out there's a lounge, like a bar, called Rise Rooftop or something. And it's on top of a building, and you can overlook California Adventure. Like, really? That's their big shtick. Like, their big claim to fame is like, we overlook California Adventure. So like,
that's
you
horrible.
Can go
that sounds like torture. It's like, here, get hammered and watch about what you can't do.
I
Look
know.
At people
I'm
having a good time.
I could just go into California Adventure and have a drink at the bar in Pixar Pier. Like, I could do that too.
It's unlimited drinks. Just watch. How much is it? $800 per person. What? I'll get the pass and go in. That's crazy. It's like, what kind of cover charge is that?
Yeah,
but
it doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. Who knows? It's But
I thought it was interesting that Apple said that. I'll find the article and send it out to people.
Find the article. We'll put in the show notes because I actually want to read that too. That sounds really interesting because it kind of flies in the face of like what I was saying earlier. Like, this is the future. This is what Gen Z, Gen Alpha are into. I mean, it is for at least, again, too, when you're boots on the ground somewhere and you're only seeing that core audience.
Right.
Now, are there Gen Z and Gen Alphas that go to the movies? Yes. For Minecraft, only Minecraft. No, I'm kidding.
And Chicken Jockey.
Chicken Jack. I'm sure they go for other things too, but that's crazy too. The amount of Minecraft YouTubers that are here. I'm like, how is this so big? Like, my daughter's into it too, but I just don't understand how it's such a thing. But again, I'm old.
You got to go talk to them.
Your son's into it, right? Is he into Minecraft?
Yeah, both of them were for a big time. My youngest one still does it a little bit. I think they're more into Roblox now, but he's into actually. My youngest one, you should talk to him because he's into making movies now. He uses CapCut,
no way.
which is
that's cool. CapCut's very popular.
On his iPad.
Yeah, totally.
If it's good enough for Blumhouse, I guess it's good enough for my son to make movies on. You're the next. So I'm just saying he's really more into that. But Minecraft, they knew everything. We saw the movie a week ago, and they knew everything. I mean, they knew all the characters. They loved the end. Spoiler, I guess I can't talk about it yet. There's an end scene that they were like, oh my God, this is great. It's for the sequel because that person's this. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I can only imagine how my parents were like that with me. I'm like, Luke, I'm your father. Oh my God, who cares? It's his dad. Who gives a shit? It's like I'm sure they were just like, but to them, it's a big deal. And that kind of IP is what Warner Brothers is leading toward. They had a whole thing on that. Like, that's all we want to do. So the conversation comes full circle. Why the hell aren't the studios there? Because if they want all these built-in social media and gameplay and IP, it's like, why aren't they there? Blumhouse, that's it. That's it.
That's just the one. Yeah,
you got to get on top of that.
Well, let's move on to another a movie that comes from the traditional media era, a remake. But man, I'm signed up for this. I know you are too, Brian. Let's check out the trailer for the next Naked Gun.
Thanks. Once you kill a man for revenge, there's no going back. A voice in your head sang over and over. That was awesome.
Who are you?
Drebin. Detective Frank Drebin. Thanks.
Police squad has always been the elite of the elite.
Hi, Daddy. It's me, Frank Jr. Love you.
Hey, Dad. Boy, do I miss you.
And you, Frank, are the best of the best.
I need a bathroom. I need this room immediately.
There's a line, man.
Police prisoners. Oh, I'm gonna ruin another suit.
Over here, Lieutenant. I think someone murdered my brother.
Please, take a chair.
Thank you.
I'll find them. This is what I do. Says you served 20 years for man's laughter.
You mean manslaughter?
Must have been quite the joke.
They're going to shut down police squad if you do not solve this case. Do this by the book.
Show a little respect!
Why? Who's gonna arrest me? Other cops?
Yes.
Is she serious?
Is he serious?
No.
It seems Mr. Drebin might be more of a problem than we thought. I want you to keep an eye on him.
This oven is disgusting.
Rest assured, I won't stop until I've found justice.
What do you want, little one?
Your ass. Nobody messes with the police squad.
We've upgraded your car with the most advanced crime-fighting tech.
Drive forward 30 feet. Very smooth.
Oh.
This place is falling apart.
All right.
Oh my god, dude. So good.
I've laughed so many times. I can watch that over and over again. First of all, it's very weird to see working on one of the Taken movies, and when we did Cold Pursuit, to see such this badass guy.
Well, they did a misdirect off the top a little bit, right?
That's what I like about it.
Because it starts with him doing sort of his Taken voice, and then so yeah, that's fantastic. And then he just hits the guy with the arms. It's like, what the hell?
There's a little voice in your head. That's awesome. Exactly. They had please take a chair is like iconic Naked Gun moment. I mean, it's just, it really is.
Well, and also when he smashes the guy's face and then he comes up and his nose is all crooked. It's like,
his eyes are like eyebrow. Everything's like it's like little things like that. The Spirit Halloween dropping. I mean,
my god, it's so good.
Joke after joke after joke, and it's like this is a classic misdirect, classic trailer. Use the same song pretty much the whole time, and it works. I mean, but
they use the same song in the teaser as well. It's just like consistent throughout the campaign.
Cost money to license it. Like, we're using it in everything. I don't care.
Yeah,
my kid's
why
birthday
not?
Party, everything.
It works
using
though.
It
Totally, my kid's birthday party.
It totally works. And I'm just
to my gym workout playlist.
It's like, that's it. I paid money for this, but it's just funny because Leslie Nielsen, who originally played Frank Drebin in the series and the movies, he was such a serious actor, and they took such a serious actor and made him in this. I think Liam Neeson can make this whole transition. I think it's great.
Yep.
I mean, the guy who plays Qui-Gon in Taken movies and every single badass movie. It's like, sure, make him the new Frank Drebin Jr. So but it was good. That's a great trailer. It's a great trailer.
Yeah.
And you can't listen. The direction of that trailer is don't fuck this up. It's like, just make it out, make it funny, and that's it. I mean, people know
a little
it's
bit
for a new audience, and for people like us who love the original.
How do you think it will land with today's crowd? Like, okay, now what I mean is, okay, with you, me, with people older than us, it'll land, right? But for anybody younger than us, let's say,
I think it will be okay. I think it'll be okay. I actually do, because it's like, you're not going to get some of the nuances that we appreciated from the original one, but that's okay. They don't have to. But if you have enough, R-rated gags in there, I think the kids will like it. I think younger audiences will like it. I think it'll be funny. But they don't get it. I mean, there's another good thing about Naked Gun was, like, they always had good, like, pop cultural references in there. And I want to see, they already have that with the OJ, which is also a connection to the original series. But, like, I'm just curious to see what else they do. I'm hoping they didn't show us the whole movie. It seems like they showed us a lot of the movie, but I'm hoping there's some of the gags.
They did show a lot.
They showed a lot.
But I can't imagine that there's not more there, like really funny stuff. But some of the gags are. I mean, I will say, when you go see the movie, you'll see some of them come in, like when he pulls up to charge the car. Like, you're like, oh, this is the part where he's gonna drive away and it's gonna pull the hole in the wall. I mean, which is hysterical,
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see how Gen Z receives this. Their humor is very different than this type of humor, so I don't know. It's we'll have to see. But maybe they don't care. Maybe it's just not for the studios. Like, it's a throwback. It's fine. Like, maybe, I don't know.
If they don't laugh at this, but they laugh at Chicken Jockey, then I don't know what to say. It's like, you have a different taste in humor, but
yeah, that's true. This is like more simple lowbrow humor, so like it's good point. Well, Brian, let's move on to let's see here. We were going to talk about. So you sent me this image you found on social media. Okay. That says Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is set to lose over $300 million at the global box office. I will say, I researched this, and I could not find an actual, real, reputable source
Right.
So I don't know. There is one site. It was Something Geek that carried this. So there's one website, but nothing from like THR, Deadline, anything like that. But at the same time, I will say, if you sit there and think about it, it's probably true because, like, they're saying, look, it's made $600 million at the global box office, but it costs $400, and then you've got about at least 100 of P&A on top of that, right? So yeah, it's kind of like, is it a flop? Is basically the question.
I mean, globally, they're looking at it. Yes. And there was like even some weird deal that Tom Cruise took a percentage in the back end, which I knew he was going to do. But it was like, but the problem is everybody's like, oh, it does great domestically. But really, we've been on a global scale for years. And especially now, it has to be measured on a global scale. So if you just take the total cum, which I think they've always done, they've always looked at like, okay, how much have we done domestically versus globally, international? And I think it's run its course. I think the movies that today, I think it was Jim Cameron, the director, he said something about this. You can't make movies that are 200 million plus anymore. You can't do it. And you can't do it. It's just, and by the way, we talked about this on a couple episodes ago. What I do appreciate what they did in this movie, and I'm sure Tom Cruise had a lot to do with it, if anything, all of it, was make it practical. So they really used crazy stunts, and it was all real. I mean, he's like jumping out of a plane with a camera on him. I mean, it's like...
It's crazy.
So I appreciate how they used to do that. He still does it. But that stuff costs money. It costs money to do all these shoots,
a lot of money.
They had to do reshoots, and they had to go to redo. They had to do pickups, and it's like that costs a lot of money. I mean, how many years was this in the making? Literally, I mean, it's like, so I get it, but if you do a franchise like that, it's got to be wicked good. See what I did there? It's got to be wicked good. It's got to be like it's got to be huge. It's got to be like so big. And you're thinking, well, Jesus, man, isn't Mission Impossible big? It was.
I mean, again, I'm the type that I sign up every time, but I am 40 years old and just, I think it's kind of run its course, unfortunately, or fortunately, like anything, that type of filmmaking, that type of, movie, it's just from a different era. Like I said, I think the last podcaster.
Yeah, and how many more times do you get to see him do like another crazy stunt? It's just like seeing, it's like seeing Liam Neeson. How many more times do you guys see him take a phone and strangle someone? I mean, it's just like it's like you see it, but it's true in a comedy.
Take a phone. How's he strangling somebody with a phone?
I don't know.
You mean a phone cord?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's strangling someone with an iPhone. Where's my
I was
iPhone?
thinking of the old rotary.
Let me
ones.
demonstrate.
It's like exactly. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like at some point. You got to mix it up. You can't.
Yeah.
I just think audiences today. I mean, if we already have, I like to call it seizure nation because it's like they see cuts of everything and it's gonna put me in a seizure. It's like it goes so fast. Their attention span is like. For those listening, I just said like 3 seconds. It's like it's very. And so for this franchise, and by the way, I really like Dead Reckoning a lot. Like that was one of my favorite. That was a great movie, the part 1 of this. And I'm thinking, okay, this is not bad, but I think I sent you the article. Lilo and Stitch did double opening weekend. Globally.
Double. Yeah,
double.
Crazy.
We're talking about the same scale. We're not the same kind of.
I mean,
it's like
it makes sense. It's a family movie. Like family movies are going to draw in kids plus their parents. You're going to get the whole family coming out. Versus Mission Impossible. Yeah, you're not necessarily going to bring your kids unless you're a degenerate father like me, and I took my 10-year-old. But I closed her eyes in one part. I was like, "Don't look."
Wait, are you talking about Lilo and Stitch?
No, I'm Mission Impossible.
I'm joking.
It's just a 4-quadrant, what they call a 4-quadrant movie, right? Like appeals to everybody kind of thing.
It checks all the boxes, and I know, we went with a huge group to see Final Reckoning. It was huge. Like I've done that for a while. It's like my sons, their friends, their baseball friends, they're all went.
Oh, that's cool.
And they ate a lot of food. That's pretty much what they like to do. And they sat in there and laughed. But like, I do think it gets a little desensitized. They're like, hey, this movie's a little long. It was like, 2 hours and 40 minutes? I mean, it's
2 hours and 50 minutes.
50 minutes.
Yeah, it's very long.
Again, how many more crazy stunts you're going to see? It is cool. But you also have to look at, I think it was, I forget who it was. I think it was Jamie Foxx made a joke about this at the Golden Globes when he talked to this influencer there. He was just like, oh man, I can't believe you're here. He's like, I'm more excited to see you than some of these celebrities because I can go and sit for hours at home on my phone and look at crazy stunts and look at all these funny jokes. Like, he's got a point. He's got a point.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, if you want to, I'm going to
Even Jamie Foxx said that.
Yeah. I just
like
remember
a theatrical actor.
Over and over. It's like, all right, we can go home and you can be on
also,
social
if you think
media.
about it, he meets movie stars all the time. So maybe that's like, to him, those aren't really celebrities, but like an influencer is kind of thing. So I guess you could say that too.
So you can look at that and be like, okay, that's cool. But that tells you what's going on. Again, no studios there at VidCon. I mean, that's like, if it's that big of a deal and people are talking about it, you think they would be there. But anyway, that's my take.
You'd think, but yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, okay, what was that we did? We talked about Mission Impossible. Let's move on to, we got a trailer. This is really interesting. This is an interesting thing. This trailer, well, the movie takes place. This one. Oh, good. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. Just be surprised.
Yeah, don't say anything. I haven't seen this one.
Yeah, this is the trailer for Eddington. Let's check this out. Any minute.
I am recording this. Fair warning. Is that really necessary?
Hold on. It was weird. I'm going to restart it. It's being silly.
Cool with the graphics. Look at the graphics.
Yeah, hold on. Here we go.
824.
I am recording this.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Is that really necessary? Look. Joe, 6 feet.
Where the buffalo roam.
Is that praying?
Where the deer and the antelope play.
How did we get here? And even worse, is it worth it?
Where seldom
at the cost of being at war with your neighbors? That's why I'm running for mayor.
And the skies are not
Mayor of Eddington. Thank you, super duper very much. I used to think that you were some big deal, but I am a much better human being than you.
Who are you talking to? There's nobody here.
home on the rain.
Husband,
sheriff,
mayor-to-be.
You want things simple and neat.
We are in a fight against evil.
These are your streets. No, they're your streets to keep safe.
You know how death works, yeah.
People are going to be looking here now.
Keep your own office going, but you're going to run mine.
So we vote Joe Cross, take back our community.
Hell yeah.
Save our soul.
Your pain is not a coincidence. You are not a coincidence. We
are not a coincidence.
What is going on?
We need to free each other's hearts.
Wow.
Sorry, there's some playback issues on that one, guys. Sorry about that.
Wow. The good old days of 2020.
Yeah. So I was like, my first initial thought when I saw it was, is it already time for like a throwback to 2020 movie? You know, like it feels like the COVID feels so long ago and also so recent at the same time. And so when you show me something that's like COVID related, I'm like, I'm not ready to revisit that time. You know, that's my first initial reaction. But then when I started really watching the trailer, I was so engrossed in the characters and the world that I was like, I could see revisiting that, for this story. This does seem really, really interesting. And the tone is so interesting. I'm not really sure what kind of movie it is. I will say this. It is directed by, Ari Aster, who also directed Hereditary and Midsommar. So those are
Hereditary. That's an intense movie.
I haven't yet, but I know that those are horror films. I have seen Midsommar. Right. So that is interesting to me too, because I'm like, okay, what is this? What is this?
Right. Well, I could say right now, I feel like you're like, are we ready to go back to 2020 to see? First of all, the trailer's great. It's a great trailer.
Fantastic.
I just saw whoever cut this did a great job. It starts off, you create the tone, it's a character piece. But what's weird is, and this is probably more testament to A24, they always capture stories that you can relate to today. And so what I was going to say was, you're like, are we ready to go back to a throwback to 2020? And I'm like, 2020, I'm not ready to talk about yet. I think people will talk about that in like another 10 or 15 years. But what I am ready to talk about is how divided the country really is. And that they're using this town as an example of like, that the best line is like, this is what reflects, I think it was a review, this is what reflects in modern America, is what's happening right now. And it's kind of scary, because this is where there's like a fine art between, life imitating art, or art imitating life, whatever they say. And it's very much like, so capturing a story like this, I think people need to see it to be like, hey, this is crazy. And then someone next to you in the theater going, hey, remember when so-and-so actually did that in 2020? And you're like, oh, shit, yeah, I guess people were off their rockers in that era. It's like, it became out of control. And this tells you what happens when there's too many people stuck at home not doing anything. It's just like, they go crazy in their mind. But some of these shots, like, I think the most iconic shot in that trailer that's kind of buried is the guy shooting the guy on the bike, but filming it on the side phone at the same time.
Yeah, that's like such a cool
crazy shot. That's like that. Yeah. If you just put out a piece like that, I'm like, what the hell? Because that's the society we live in right now. It's just like everything that goes on, everybody feels like entitled, and they're just going to record it. It doesn't matter. Yeah. They're just going to record it and put it out there. Yeah. I'm like, wow, this is, again, why aren't more studios at VidCon? It's like, this is what people are doing. This is what they're making. I'm going on a weird thing, but I think it's crazy that this movie is obviously taking place in 2020, but it's going to be interesting. I'm curious to see how it's received, if people watch it and be like, man, maybe we are a little nutty today. Or maybe they're going to look at it and be like, yeah, I would do the same thing.
I also really already am really enjoying Joaquin Phoenix's performance already. Yeah. I was just like, you super duper have great time. It's like, man, already I'm just loving what he's bringing to the character. And then, is Pedro Pascal in fucking everything now?
Everything.
He's in everything.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we have 10 movies we want to float. Pick 5. He's like, I'm going to do all of them.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to do all of them. Exactly.
Even I don't know how he's helicoptering between sets. Like, what is he doing? Yeah, it's crazy. He's in everything. But, yeah, that one's super interesting, and I like it. Okay, let's. We got one more trailer to talk about.
Great.
And then I need to wrap up and head to VidCon.
I can't wait.
Day to do all my sessions. I don't know what the hell that was. This is
not creepy again.
little creepy. I saw this on the big screen in front of How to Train Your Dragon. So I saw this in IMAX. This trailer in IMAX. This is the IMAX trailer for Superman. I will say, when the teaser came out, I was like,
right.
Every trailer I've seen since, I'm fucking on board. I am on board. Especially and I have also heard from sources that I cannot name. I will not name, but I've heard from sources that the movie's fantastic. So July 11th, man. I think it's July 11th. I will be there to see the, what is it?
Superman.
The Man in Blue. The Boy in Blue, the Man of Steel, the Man of Steel.
Man of Steel.
Let's say that. I don't know.
The
Let's
Boys
check
in
out
Blue
this
are the
trailer.
Dodgers.
Yeah, I don't know. I like them too, though. Let's check out this trailer for Superman. It'll play in a second. There we go.
Superman.
The most powerful being on planet Earth. We finally meet.
Now, as planned,
I'll destroy you.
and of course,
That reporter you always do interviews with. Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too.
No matter what you do to me, Luther, your plans won't work.
Wrap it up.
Good luck with that.
make a move, Big Blue.
Buckle up.
They chose him. Let them die.
Hey! Quit messing around!
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Very cool. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here. That's
Yeah,
a great
love that.
use for that line. It's been in the trailer before, but great use of those IMAX graphics right at the end.
Oh, yeah.
And very smart cutting, because I love when Luther's like, okay, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
After everything. It's like,
Yeah, it's the tone is fun. The tone, that's what I like about this. The tone is fun. And I just want to say that Nathan Fillion's haircut by itself seems like a character in this.
It does.
Just his haircut, the bowl cut.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
digging that. I just like that this film feels like a comic book again. You know?
It does feel comic. It does
we
very.
went through the Christopher Nolan phase of, superhero films where it was the gritty crime noir vibe, and probably nothing feeling more than that than the last Batman movie. I like that we have taken a hard right turn back to fun, popcorn movie, comic book, bright colors. There's still stakes, and you still see Superman getting his ass kicked, but at the same time, it just seems way more fun, and I'm on board, man. I kind of think that's really what superhero movies should be.
I think it has to be true, because I'm a comic book geek. I used to collect all of these, and I was really into Batman. But to add to your point, if you're seeing teeth fly at the camera, yeah, you're gonna have fun. So here's the thing: Batman and the Christopher Nolan. I love that trilogy,
and I should have included Zack Snyder in there too, because you got that both of them had that dark tone. So sorry, I just want to throw that out there.
I think that's actually part of the problem. I don't mind Zack Snyder, but I think Christopher Nolan captured the Batman. Batman is very dark in a gothic noir
That's
world.
true.
He's
It is a different vibe.
He was the original detective. It was Detective Comics. That's what he was solving. He just looks like this superhero, but he's not. He doesn't have superpowers. But once DC started taking the same color tone and same serious tone with the Justice League, the Batman, the new
Suicide
Superman,
Squad, like
nothing
everything.
with Val. I mean, it's like, I'm like, no. That's not what we do. Leave Batman like that. So seeing DC Studios come back and do this,
is exciting.
I feel excited about it. I think it's like, this is what I want to see Superman as, and I think
that's, you know what, you said it better than me, in that you're right. It's that they had really painted one tone across all their superheroes,
right?
And it's like, guys, that doesn't work. Like,
not in DC.
Not in DC. Maybe in Marvel. You're right. Maybe in Marvel.
Right.
But even Marvel, they're smart about Guardians of the Galaxy has its own vibe. It has the whole rock and roll type vibe.
Yeah.
And then you've got, the other Captain America had its very regal, sort of vibe to it. So yeah, even they can it has a overall arching feel, but even Marvel can kind of separate and go a little more nuanced with their vibes, so.
Oh, it's great. But I'm excited about this, and a great job. This by far is my favorite trailer out of all the ones they released. I remember we got excited about the teaser. I'm like, it's interesting. Here's the input. Like, this is the best one, I think.
I think it comes down to just visual effects shots being completed. To be honest,
probably that's it.
I really do. The teaser had a few cool shots. Mainly the one scene with him in the snowy tundra, whatever near the what's the called where the Fortress of Solitude, right? This one is just they clearly have almost all the visual effects shots in, and it's like they can cut around, and it just feels huge, and it's I just like seeing this nice sunny environment they're fighting in is so different. It's great.
Grab your popcorn. That's basically what it is.
Oh yeah,
I'm there. Grab your popcorn. So
yeah,
but cool, very cool.
Yeah, man. So this was a great Green Band. Thanks for.
I want to see the footage now. You have to see I want to see the footage when you get back.
I
there,
know.
And
I have to go shoot it. I'm nervous.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll definitely shoot footage.
I have my own show called The Green Band.
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
Check in here. I walk through security line. Here we go.
Yeah. No, there's the security's. It's not like intense, but it's silly how they have it set up. It's very silly.
Right.
It's so confusing where you're supposed to go. It's just constantly security people going, no, you have to go around. You go see Chuck. Go see Chuck in the front. Then Chuck will introduce you to. You have to go to these. It's like, what the hell, guys? Like, it's confusing.
Chuck?
Yeah, who's
hilarious.
Chuck? I don't. It's like, yeah, but
this is a good episode.
Thanks everybody for joining us on the Green Band. We'll see you again in a couple weeks. And
can they tell us where to find us?
Yeah. Yes, that's what I was going to do. Please, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe and turn on notifications. We're streaming on all podcast platforms. We're soon going to be having our video on Spotify. In fact, I was talking to Spotify about that at VidCon, so they kind of helped me.
Breaking news.
Yeah. Breaking news here. I was talking to them about how to do that, so they've been very helpful. They gave me a gift. Hold on. I'll plug them. Why not? Look at this. What? Spotify gave me a gift.
Ooh, a box.
That was a box. It has a microphone in there, and it's
nice.
Reversed here. Yeah, but it was very nice of them to do that. Thank you, Spotify. Sorry. Anyway, and then we're all social medias is at Green Band Podcast, which is LinkedIn, TikTok. What else? Instagram, all that stuff.
Yep.
So we're going to be doing a lot with the show coming up, have more guests on, and it should be a real fun summer at the box office. So stay tuned, everybody, and thanks so much for tuning in today.
See you guys.
Bye. Oh, wait. I hit the wrong button. Now we're leaving.
Thank you for joining us this week on The Green Band.
I did the fake freeze.
The Green Band podcast is produced by Brian Fink and Michael Carr and brought to you by Karma, creative post experts. All media in this production is used under the protection of fair use.
Fair enough.
Follow The Green Band on social media. Subscribe and like on YouTube. And please give us a rate and review on your favorite podcast platform. We'll see you back on Friday with a brand new episode of The Green Band.